I'm going to be showing you guys the new Baryon mode in all of the Narumaki bloodlines. I'm going to be using the default one, just the simple one, Narumaki, instead of the new one and the original one you could buy. So obviously, instead of the max being 700, it's now 1500 to get to Baryon mode, so you have to get to this level to use the new mode. It won't automatically put you up to it if you already have it maxed out. You'll be at 700, which I believe was the original max. So you more or less have to overly double it. So I'd recommend leveling up through missions and story mode. Hitting a log can work, but it's not really effective in the higher levels. So you have your sort of normal jutsus like this. They haven't really changed, apart from the new animations, which are quite cool. They're relatively the same. Regardless of the new animations, they do the same damage. Everything should be the same from what I've heard. And once you have your bloodline max to 1500, you can enter the mode. It's not like the Gen 2 Tailed Beast Baryon mode. You don't type it in chat. So what you do is you'd hit C2, kind of like changing forms in like Tailed Beast or in one of the other bloodlines. And as you can see, there is a timer. When that timer hits 0, your MZ will be completed as 0. It doesn't get rid of the bloodline or anything. You keep the bloodline. It's got quite high stats if you look to the right. And then I'll show you the specs. So E sort of pushes you forward, and then you do a lot of damage. Q is kind of like the thing it's shown in the show, where you fly up, and then you eventually, that's pretty bad showing, it would push you down, and you sort of do a lot of damage. And this is probably the most powerful one. The C spec, you sort of charge at them, and you do a giant Rasengan. The mode doesn't last that long, it lasts for 60 seconds, but I'd recommend using it again in war or against a boss fight, or probably if you just need a last resort. As you can see, now that it's the times run out, it's put you to 0. The new mode is quite cool. I assume it's pretty much the same with every other variant of the bloodline. They also released a new Narumaki Ruby, which is available to buy with in-game currency at the moment for I think 5 days. If you want to get that, they've also released some new codes which I'll put in the description. I think there's about 3 spin codes in one RELL coin code, and you can use these to buy like new jutsus or new bloodlines, which are quite expensive, or some cosmetics. That pretty much sums up the new update, apart from the new animations. It was the update 100, so it's not really a huge update, but it's more like improvements. The Narumaki thing, probably going to get nerfed, or it probably won't, to be honest, but it's been balanced quite well. 60 seconds is probably too long, but to be honest, you can still combine it with other modes, but I'm pretty sure it weakens it. We'll try that out, actually. So we go into this Baryon mode of Narumaki. It's literally the same on everything. I think it's just different colors. And say if we go into Gen 2, 9 tails, mine's blue. So as you can see, the stats actually do go down. So it's pretty much, it's better to not use a form on top of it, because it will decrease performance. I think it might make you faster, but I think in the long run, it's probably more secure to just stick to this. And then you can kind of go back into the first form, or you can just click hitting C2 and it resets the timer, and I believe that's a glitch, and I did not mean to show that, but RELL Games fix this, because in about an hour when everyone else has this on Narumaki, it will be hell. But that's pretty much sums up the new bloodline updates. I haven't got the other variants, so I can't really show them, but they're all relatively the same. They just have different colors, so pretty much if you want to try and get Narumaki, you can either go for this one or the new one, Narumaki Yang, the original Bible one. I don't believe it's out, but it might be out on the RELL coin shop at some point, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But that pretty much sums up everything in the new update.